For those of you who are unfamiliar with the work that I do and the ideas that I share, contained within the title Clive Creative is this term live creative. That's really what it's about. It's about living creative, living life in a way that activates as much of this innate creative instinct as possible, both in terms of your agency as an individual to create the sort of life that you want to create, or create the sort of things that you want to create, be it from cars to houses to musical instruments to cups to telephones, computers. And there's also another aspect to this creative essence of life as it flows through us, of which we are mostly unconscious. And sometimes it can come into consciousness. We can become aware of it. But at other times it remains a mystery. And both of these things work together. There is a conscious adaptation to the world where you can take charge and you can take control of certain aspects of your life and of your environment and design things in a certain way, create things. And energies, forces that move through us that most of the time we are not conscious of. And it is this force of life that oftentimes remains a mystery to us, whether it's arising from within us as a part of ourselves of which we have been unconscious, that we are becoming conscious of, or it's something in the world, an event or a chance meeting or a synchronicity or a serendipity, that the mystery of the world unfolds before us and something is revealed. And sometimes these things confuse us, and sometimes these events are like a puzzle piece where everything suddenly falls into place or feels that way. Many of you will be aware that the prevailing paradigm that we live in is that of materialism, scientific materialism. It's a sense that we measure the outside world and that we reduce everything to a set of metrics, a set of protocols that can be followed. And it doesn't work. It's destructive. It's ultimately destructive because it doesn't leave a space for the individual unconscious to meet itself. And when the individual unconscious doesn't meet itself, it will project itself out into the outside world. So there is a recognition then that there is also an inner world, and that in order to individuate, we need to regress. We need to go inside ourselves. Now, if we get lost in there, we can take our own values too far and try to push them onto the world, and we lose our connection to the environment. We can lose our connection to the actual facts of life. The balance point is somewhere in between, is to value both and to balance both. And this is the challenge really that we face in society, because when a society or a community loses its capacity to teach the children or the people within it that their own inner world is as valuable as the outer one, and that it is a question of balancing how they meet themselves, validating the feelings that they have without fearing them, without telling them that they're wrong, without telling them that they need to be a different way. The invitation to meet yourself, to be with yourself, to be with the feelings that are uncomfortable, and to accept that is a path of moving forward. And to remember, the future is not written, it's not inevitable. Oftentimes people suffer because they get stuck in a projection of the future. They think, this is my life sucks, this situation sucks, I'm always going to be alone, I'm always going to be poor, I'm always going to be unhealthy. So how do you return to that place where you can trust the unfolding mystery of life as it arises from within you and you meet it in the outside world? This other video might have some questions that you find helpful. All the best. Take care. Be well. And speak to you again soon. Bye for now.